Satellites. Planets have satellites that move around them. Now what are satellites? Satellites are heavenly bodies that revolve around a planet. They can be natural like the moon or can be human-made like a satellite sent in space by man. So you need to understand this first, children. See, you know what are planets? Planets move around the sun, but satellites move around their own planets. Like for example, moon. Moon is a natural satellite. So moon revolves around the earth. Okay. So earth is one planet. So the moon will revolve around the earth. Okay. And when the earth is going around the sun, even the moon also will be going along the earth, going around the sun. But it will not move, it will go only around the earth. Okay. Like that we have other planets also. We have Mars. Yes. Now earth is having one planet, but Mars has got Earth is having one satellite, that is moon. Mars also has satellite, but it has two satellites. That means Mars has two moons. So that those two moons will revolve around Mars. Okay. They will not go to the earth. They will be going around their particular planet. This you have to understand. Planet goes around the sun, but satellites revolve around the planet. Okay. And there are two types of satellites. Natural satellite, they are heavenly bodies that revolve around a planet. Then artificial satellites, these are sent by scientists in space. These help in communication and weather forecasting. So artificial satellites also keep moving around the planet. Okay. Both natural and artificial satellite move around their own planet. But artificial satellites are made by man. They are sent by the scientist for a purpose. That is for communication. Now see, we all are using mobile. Does it have any cord? No. Yes. But we still talk to each other from far off distances. From here we can talk to America, Saudi Arabia. Yes. That is because our mobiles are connected to a tower. Because tower gives the signal to the mobiles, and from the satellite the towers get the rays. Okay, that is they get the radiations, and through that we are being connected. Understood? So artificial satellites are used for communication and for weather forecasting. Next is the moon. The moon is the natural satellite of our planet Earth. It is our closest neighbor in the sky. It has huge holes called craters on its surface. Can you see there? There are so many big holes. Actually here it is appearing very small in the picture. But actually those holes are very huge. Okay? And those huge holes on the moon's surface are called as craters. What are they known as? Craters. It does not have any light of its own. So as planets, even the moon does not have light of its own. But it glows because it reflects the light of the sun. And we call it moonlight. Moon does not have air or water. And so it does not have any life. Next, phases of the moon. The moon goes around the earth and the earth goes around the sun. As you can see here in the picture, the sun, and in front of the sun there is our planet, that is earth, and just near the earth there is something which is shining or glowing. It is called the moon. Okay. Now, as you all know that the earth goes around the sun and the moon goes around the earth. Okay. A different part of the moon faces the sun. 1 minute. The moon goes around the earth and the earth goes around the sun. Every day, a different part of the moon faces the sun. What we see from the earth is only the part of the moon that faces the sun. So every day in the sky, at night when you see, we see different shapes of the moon. It's not the same every day. Yes, because it only shows us the part of the moon which reflects the sun. Okay? Due to this, the moon seems to change its shape every night. The different shapes of the moon are called the phases of the moon. Okay, next, other members of the solar system. Besides the sun, planets and satellites, there are other members in the solar system. Let us read about them. Asteroids. Asteroids are small rocky objects that orbit the sun. These are mainly found in the orbits between Mars and Jupiter. These cannot be seen in the sky as such with our naked eyes. That means we cannot see naturally with our eyes. We need a telescope. Okay, we need a telescope to see the asteroids. Yes, you can see here, this is the asteroid belt that is between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, this is the asteroid belt and these are nothing but they are rocky objects. Okay. Next is comet. Comets are small heavenly objects that move around the sun in irregular orbits. That means they don't go in fixed orbit, they go irregularly. That means they can fall anywhere. They can be seen only when they come close to the sun. At that time they are the brightest. Comets are made up of rocks, dust and frozen gases. When they come close to the sun, they get heated up. The dust and gas in the comet forms a long glowing tail behind it. Next is meteoroids. Meteoroids are very small bits of rocks and dust found in the solar system. They can be seen only when they come very close to the earth. So remember, comets can be seen when it is going close to the sun, but meteoroids can be seen when it comes close to the earth. They burn in the air and appear as shooting stars in the sky for only a few seconds. Shooting stars are also called meteors. However, most of the meteors burn completely, but sometimes part of them fall on the earth and can cause huge craters on its surface. So these meteors, they appear to be very small, but actually they are very big. They get burnt outside the atmosphere and they do not fall on the planets. Okay, because Earth is having an atmosphere. But sometimes it so happens that it can fall on the planet and it can cause huge destruction to the earth because the craters are not small. They will be huge rocks and they will create holes on the planet. Stars. Stars are huge heavenly bodies that have a light of their own. Stars are very far away from us, so they look like tiny twinkling dots in the sky. Some groups of stars form a pattern or shape in the sky. Such patterns formed by a group of stars are called constellations. So here in the pictures you can see there is some kind of pattern which is there in the stars. Okay, so these patterns or group of stars that make patterns are called constellations. There are 88 constellations in the sky. Two major constellations that we can see in India are Ursa Major and Orion. Okay, Ursa Major and Orion. These are the two major means big constellations that we can see in India. Complete exercise A, B and C in the textbook and complete exercise D and E in your classwork.